You know that content is king and the ultimate way to generate any kind of traffic and leads. But with so many options to choose from, you also know that creating content can be overwhelming and also become very expensive if you're not careful. What you might not know is that if content is king, SEO is definitely his trusted advisor. In fact, SEO can tell you what content your audience is looking for that you need to create to ultimately maximize your ROI. Hi everyone, I'm Gilles Argivier, and today I'm going to share with you how to set up an SEO content strategy that would boost your return on investment. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to this channel and click the alert notification button to get notified on all my new posts. Let's explain first what an SEO content strategy is and have a look on how SEO and content marketing are commonly defined. Let's start by SEO. What is SEO? SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization and is the process of increasing the quality and quantity of website traffic by increasing its visibility to users by the means of a search engine such as Google. SEO excludes all paid results, as well as direct traffic and the purchase of paid placement. It is composed of three main categories: on-page SEO, technical SEO, and off-page SEO. So now, what defines content marketing? Content marketing is a form of marketing focused on creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and mostly digital content to a targeted audience to attract and transform prospects into customers. Unlike other forms of online marketing, content marketing relies on satisfying the content requirements of a particular audience as opposed to generating a new one. It can take many forms that could be grouped under 5 categories: images, videos, audio, documents, and social media. You can find more details on my website if you're interested. So how do SEO and content marketing complement each other? There are at least 6 ways they do so. First, content marketing relies on SEO to inform of a need of an audience for content to be created. Second, SEO sets up the rules for content marketing to follow so that the content is found by search engines to be a match for the audience need. Third, SEO does not exist without keywords. Content marketing means using keywords. Fourth, there is no SEO without content, since SEO is about helping search engines to identify content relevant to a search. Fifth, SEO, and more specifically off-page SEO, depends on backlinks, which will not exist if there's no valuable content to lead back to from other websites. Content marketing creates this valuable content. Sixth, by creating sitemaps for navigation, robot.txt file for search engine scrolling, and meta tags for indexing, SEO creates great user experience and show the content to be found. So now we clarify that SEO and content marketing do not clash, but on the contrary, work hand in hand. Let's look at how to set up an SEO content strategy in 5 easy steps. Step number 1. Define your area of expertise or know-how. This step is so important that it is part of the strategic analysis that many corporations use to plan for their future for the next 3 to 5 years. It's really all about understanding what you're good at and where you could potentially provide added value to your audience. The usual reaction is to believe that the knowledge of your product or service is the answer, and yet often it goes far beyond this if you really think about it. For example, if you are selling beauty products online, you might be tempted to think that your know-how is the knowledge of the product and their ingredients. And you might be right. But have you thought about the skills you have developed to build a great website in your industry? All the emails and social interaction you establish learning about the right content to use, the publishing channels, and the post frequency? Could it be that your real know-how is how to build a digital ecosystem, and that could be the skill you can sell to others? You get the idea. By trying to think outside the box first, you might just reveal a know-how you didn't think you had. Step number 2. Identify your audience. There are a few ways to identify your target audience. First, examine your existing customer base and identify what they have in common that makes them using your product or services. Second, check out your competition and see how they tailor to or not tailor to an audience which could represent an opportunity. Third, if you have a website, use Google Analytics to identify some key information like demographics, behavior, or geographical data, as well as the type of content that is being consumed already. Fourth, you can conduct online surveys that will help you identify your audiences and what they like. There are many tools you can use for this. Check out my toolbox section for a complete list. 3. run a keyword research. This third step of SEO content strategy is probably the one you thought from the beginning, but yet it is far more efficient to run after you identify your know-how and your audience. There are two methods you can use for this. The first method is manual, and the second one is by means of a keyword research tool. Both methods have pros and cons and should be used together for optimum results. If you want to know in details how to run a keyword research, you can check my SEO Starter Guide video. Now you have your list of keywords, let's go to the following step. Step number 4, optimize. If you run your keyword strategy the right way, you have identified 3 valuable information about your audience: the topics and subtopics that your audience wants information on, your audience intent, usually defined by how, what, and why, and the specific question that your audience needs to be answered. You can now use these keywords to develop the relevant content that your audience wants to see and provide the desired answers in the proper format. You can also apply in the creation of your content the technical and on-page SEO principle that will help search engines identify your content, like for example, keywords in URL structure, keywords in H1 and H2 tags, keywords in images, snippet optimization. For more information, check out my SEO Made Simple, the 2020 guide on my website. Final step of this SEO content strategy. Step 5. Build your content on your own website. Ultimately, you want to have your own website where your content will reside. It doesn't mean that you cannot post on other platforms also, but there are major reasons why you should start by your own website. First, the content you post cannot disappear, unlike other platforms that can decide to shut down and take your content down with them. Second, there are no restrictions about the format, size, or post frequency of your content, unlike social media platforms that can implement restrictions on these. Third, the audience you develop on your website is yours alone. Therefore, your brand is front and center, whereas other platforms use your content to attract audiences to their brands. Fourth, your website is the cornerstone of your online authority. Without it, you will not be recognized by Google as an expert on any subject. You will not appear on search engine page results, which are so valuable and a great opportunity to gather free organic traffic. Finally, without a high domain authority, your paid advertising costs will be higher if you decide to advertise online through search engines, either for paid search or paid display. So that's it on how to set up an SEO content strategy. If you need help with your digital marketing needs, check out my website at gillesargivier.com. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share it, and tell other people about it. Thank you for watching.